and Sri Tirukumaran, Dean Sri Ravindra Ravi, and Deputy Director Sri Mohan, my dear friend Mr. Kondasamy, dear parents, well-wishers, staff members, faculties, and my dear students. It's indeed a great pleasure to be with you all during this ceremonial day, and it's one of the important days in your life. I am very happy and proud to be here. I belong to a small town called Kadalur near Pondicherry. Through my childhood, I was almost living like a frog in a well. My father, as I was introduced, was a teacher. He was a maths teacher, and my mother was a school administrator. She was running a small school. And I was among the siblings. My eldest brother is a doctor, next is an advocate. And then again my sister, she is also a gynecologist. And then fourth, I was an order. When it came to my turn, my father believed that education is very important. People should read well and they should stand on their own. Two things he was very clear. You should stand on your own, because he was working in a school and then started his own business. He was telling us all now that either you are going to be self-employed or going to generate employment. You are not going to work for anybody. That was a clear, constant message he was giving to all his children. So having heard that right from childhood, I never thought of working. Working in the sense, working for someone. It was very clear that you need to work for yourself. First my father said, I was very weak academically. He said, okay, this guy is unlike others, he is not able to study well. So let him take up agriculture. Said, you are suitable for agriculture. So I believe so. So I was taking care of the agriculture activities as I was studying. Then later, as he started business, he said, okay, probably I think business may be suitable to you. The company he started was a pharmaceutical repacking company. They required a chemist for getting license. It's statutory that you have a chemist in each pharmaceutical unit. So he has appointed, he said, okay, let my son be the chemist. Admitted me in chemistry in Nalanda University. I didn't even understand well. It was a very allergic to me. Chemistry and mathematics, actually very difficult for me. Leave alone English itself. But with a lot of difficulties, I could be able to pass through that. That was the whole thing. After that, I came into, while I was in the college, in second year, when I was coming back, I used to go every day, travel by train, early in the morning, and come back in the evening late by about 7:30, 8 o'clock. 1.5 hours journey one way, and together 3 hours in train, and another half an hour going and coming back from home to the railway station. About 4 hours will go in this way, the balance will be in the college. During second year, I got a news that when I landed in Kadalur from the train, my father is very serious. Went home to see that he died of heart attack. The family just struggling. We are not financially well off. And my mother said, okay, everybody has studied something, you take care of that. Better close down the business, because none of us knew the intricacies of the business, how to run, what he was doing. We know that products, but we were never allowed inside the business. I was studying, probably after my graduation I would have been allowed in the business. Said it's better to do that. Went to approach the bankers for closing down the loan, and she took 2 lakhs loan from State Bank of India. Banker said, fine, no problem, close down, but pay the debt of 2 lakhs. The family didn't have money, therefore my brothers decided to run the business. So instead of practicing in medicine, after completing that and the law, both of them, my little brothers, took over the business, started doing it in full time. And that's the velvet shampoo. I mean, that's the pioneer shampoo that came into being. And my father, there was a thing that if someone wants to innovate something, want to be differentiative, you don't require big investments or kind of this thing. All it requires is an inquisitive mind and I can kind of a willpower. And that's what my father did because he believed one thing. His philosophy also very simple. Whatever a rich man enjoys, a common man should be able to afford to. Having believed that, he came out with one-time use concept of the sachet. What it required is a machine. There was no machine available. No liquid was really packed in a sachet format. It was all available only in bottles, shampoos or oils, everything. So he picked up a office, what is used of PVC folders for keeping papers. That kind of folder making machine, and modified it with the help of his friend who is also an engineer who had a lathe, and made the first sachet. He took a hose pipe which you normally use to water the plants in the garden, a transparent hose pipe, sealed one end and filled it with water, intermittently started sealing. And that's how he came out with the sachet. It was very difficult. First when the sachet was there, it was very difficult to open even. You require a big scissor, you have to have a very sharp knife and such kind of thing. Later he came out with that kind of thing because nobody is making a special packing material for that. You have to only make it with whatever is available. So he moved on to the laboratories where two equipments you have a PVC transparent tubes. So that he picked up and that was very flexible, soft, filled it with shampoos and oil, launched it. And that's how the first sachet innovation came in. He was not aware that it all can be patented. So being a small scale kind of a thing, probably he said, okay, let it kind of thing. That in those days, patenting, trademark registration, design registration, all those things are not much heard of. From a small town, the knowledge is also very limited. So soon what you find people who worked there, they went out and started. 1, 2, 3, it was multiplying. By the time I came from college, my family business, my brothers took the business to greater height. They believed in publicity, contrary to my father's belief. He was always telling that my product is good. It doesn't require to be advertised. Only products which are not good to be advertised. That was his belief. My brother said, okay, it's not only sufficient to be good, but you need to appear and portray that, shout loudly that you are good as well. And that's how the advertisement is very important. They went out to advertise. Product was very popular and moved from very low level of sales to very high levels, and they take it all India. So when I came into family business, we were already doing well, fresh graduate, and I came with a lot of inferiority complex. It is all due to studies. I was very weak. I couldn't talk in English at all. First, when I was admitted in the school, the teacher 1 week later called my parents and said, this guy don't understand anything. He is just blinking in the class. Better put him in Tamil medium. So that's how I was put in Tamil medium. And from that time onwards, I was only any class, it is first standard to up to my degree. There was only border course. No time I scored very high marks. That gave me quite a lot of complex. I can't talk, all my siblings can talk in very good English. They are intelligent, they scored good marks. I was very average kind of thing. Even degree I have to clear it with a lot of arrears. Those are all passed. When I came into business, that doesn't deter me because I was approaching with a lot of caution. 1 month, 2 months down the line, I said, hey, I'm not bad. I can understand, I can discuss the business concept with my own brothers. So my complexities totally I got rid of them. So from an inferiority complex, I can and I will. That was, I think it didn't take much more than 3-4 months time. And that eventually led to a lot of arguments with my own brothers. Said, why not this way? Why this way? Kind of this thing. So eventually I felt, okay, it's better to move out and be on my own. So that's how I walked out of my family business. That was a very tough call. Normally what happens in a family business, the business is doing very well. If you want money and if you want share in the partition of the property, you being a youngster, do you think you will easily get? It will take time. It's not easy to bifurcate a family business and all. I said, you can't hold me. I want to be on my own, I want to fly high. So I said, I don't want any property in the family, this thing, no share I require in the family properties, nor in business. I relinquished all my shares, rights in business. So nobody can hold me. I walked out. So I carried just 15,000 rupees, whatever salary I earned from the business. And with hardly about less than a year experience. That's all. And took a bold decision. I think in hindsight that was a very, very good decision I did. When I walked out, I only knew how to manufacture a shampoo, nothing else. Not marketing, not finance, anything. Because within 7-8 months' time, I was given only in charge of manufacturing. So when I did that, one thing was very clear, having challenged and told my brothers and family members that I won't come back, I will not ask any claim. Therefore, going back to say that I don't do business, so please accept me, doesn't arise. So I need to succeed. I knew that I had a lot of shortcomings to be overcome to be successful in business. One is very important in his language. So I can't be just talking in Tamil. When I started off, as business started doing second year and all, somebody who is to come from outside Tamil Nadu, who will talk, they will not talk in Tamil. They will quite naturally they will talk in English. So I will have a general manager who will sit next to me and translate. And I will talk to him in Tamil, he will translate in English. And these are the communications. But I was determined. I am going to learn English much better, I am going to talk a good language and so on. I stopped Dinatharani, Kumudam, those are my favorite. This thing. Hindu, which my father used to read, Business India, Business Today, Business World, Business Today came later. First I didn't understand, but I have to go through, okay, which are words I don't understand, I will go through the dictionary, understand the meaning. Constantly I used to write every day 5 words I will identify and write down and improve my vocabulary. Over a period of 2-3 years time, I started understanding, fundamental requirement is you need to understand a lot of words, the meaning of them. Then how to use. How to use, as you start reading, you start understanding. I have not understood what grammar, whether to use is or was and those kind of things. I have not understood when I was in college, still college is all correct. All the time you were talking in Tamil. But when you came in, then you start understanding and understand what kind of word when to use and so on. So that was one. Then finance, mathematics, I was 8 marks in 10th standard. My father got furious and said, I'm a maths teacher, you have just scored 8 marks. So next time onwards, tuition under him. So those kind of things. But I knew maths is very important. You don't require much advanced mathematics. But you require most simple things. You need to be an expert in the basic 4. Multiplication, addition, division and subtraction. If you are thorough with those things, you can do a wonderful business. You don't need to depend on them. So I started improving myself on those things. Easy to use a calculator. I consciously avoided. In the night when I used to sleep, you don't get sleep because you started all the times you are thinking. So your formulation runs into your mind, so many raw materials that goes in, what is the cost of each per kg, how you multiply, what's the gross margin. So my memory power enhanced quite a lot of exercise I used to. It is not deliberate, but it has all grown. All came from one thing I was very clear. If you decided that you need to be successful, and all the shortcomings can be overcome, it is only the desired efforts has to be put in. So So those are all behind. Then it came to management, how to manage people, how to manage customers, the stakeholders. And that's the story. And when I started my own business, we did all wrong things, what one should not do, but learned it quickly. First thing is with the customers. If you do not differentiate, you die. You need to be different. You can't be going along with, I'm also a commodity, you are there, I will also do a Me Too product. That won't work. But I did exactly the same thing. My brothers had in velvet shampoo 5 different variants, 5 different kind of this thing. They had a blue color shampoo, they called it Doctor. I introduced the same blue, I said it's tonic. And they had a green color, they called it henna, I called it henna. They said lemon, I called lime, like this. Went on with a lot of sale, each one is different. We went on to talk to the retailers. My representative said, we are humiliated. And what's happening? The retailer said, we all said that this shampoo is different, this kind of thing. He said, there are hundreds of brands already available. You are a copycat. That's what the retailer said. So that was, it was so frustrating. And said, we thought it's different. Then we went back and said, we will definitely differentiate. Next step, we said, they are all having 7 ml shampoo, we'll give 10 ml. So the ladies having long tresses, they require more shampoo to use. Otherwise they'll be normally using 2 sachets. Let's give 10 ml and slightly increase price. We did that, boomerang again. It didn't work. Quickly we again changed over. Said, okay, this is not sufficient. This is not differentiation. Unless the customer expresses a need that I want a long, bigger shampoo, kind of this thing. You are assuming and giving it, that's not going to work. So we went on to say that, okay, what will make us? That's how we started differentiating in the customer's end. We came out with an innovative idea of empty sachet scheme, where people can collect 5 empty sachets of used any shampoo and give back to collect 1 chick shampoo fee. But that worked very well, and that was a big breakthrough for us. But one time you can get a break, but you need to get continuous breaks like that. You need to be innovative. If I am to say that the company CavinKare is built, with several ideas have been built, which is very important. But in the background, if you look at 80% of the ideas came from people who work with me. Maybe I would have contributed 20% around. The very reason is that they are all highly involved. They want it to be successful. Next, after that, we came out with series of products with differentiation and continuously started improving. Went on to people management, employees. That's a big thing. Everybody will, I'm sure you all would like to start your own business someday or other. Am I correct? It's a quite normal thing. When there was a survey conducted and asked that how many people wanted to do business, almost more than 90% of the people said that they thought of doing something on their own, but they couldn't make it, or at least they would like to make it someday or other. And that's the reality. If you are to do some business on your own, I think very important first step is don't be afraid of making mistakes. What is very important thing is that we need to correct it very fast. How fast we correct is very important. So people management in terms of employees. I have seen my father and others, quite a lot of small industries, salary giving on 5th following month or 10th or 15th is a normal thing. So small companies, whenever they can, they will give. But they will give definitely. We need to believe that. That's the kind of thing. So I was not an exception. I was doing the same thing. So whenever business 5th or 7th or 8th, sometimes raw materials we excess order, you have to pay to the vendors on a priority. Quite naturally, salary people have to wait another 4 days, 5 days like that. So this was happening continuously. One day a very smart person who was working with us, important person in the organization, said, I'm going to put down my jacket. I was shocked and surprised and asked him why. He said, I'm very happy to work here, I love the challenges, I enjoy it. I put in more than 12 hours of work here. But I am not comfortable answering my grocery person, house owner, or the milk vendor every day going back. I need to answer that when can I give is important. It is uncertain. I can't keep on buying time. So I am going to a company where I am going to get paid before the month end. So that was a big revelation for me that if you need to retain people, this can't be an excuse as being a small company, like everybody is doing. You need to change. So that's how I decided, we started borrowing at a very high cost and said, come what may, we will pay before the month end. And that was one change. And started investing quite a lot in training. People love training. People love to improve, grow intellectually. That's very important. When you last learned, when you ask person to many of them, they say, oh, I studied, I completed my graduation this day and such kind of a thing. But not like that. You learn every day. It's very important. On the job, whatever you do, are you putting concerted effort to improve, to grow intellectually is very important. So what happens is, we said in our organization, we will provide that environment to our people. So it's how they can grow intellectually over a period of time and improve their competence. Invest a lot in training. First start with a lot of in-house training. What will happen when a small company person goes out and meets another small company? Quite naturally their colleagues will be another kind of thing. Very rarely they will have a companion from a very high company. Normally that's how the community works. So what would they talk first? They will talk first is a company. Eventually they will exchange pleasantries, all those things. Finally they will come about talking between their companies. What will happen? So invariably what will be talking about? I get my company paid on before the month end is one. That's a different pride coming out of that. Then I get a lot of training. I learned this technique. So and so is very important. As a result of that, the other person who is otherwise smart, we create an aspiration for him to join our company. As a result, steady flow of competent people coming in. So we continue to absorb good competent people coming in and started scaling up. And later, from small company to bigger companies also, as we started growing up, started growing better kind of a thing. And bigger companies, people who are working there also started showing interest. That's on the employees part. Coming to vendors, you need to pay on time. We never used to pay on time. We will always pay late. It's okay, 1 week, 10 days, 15 days. So what? The option before you is stop this guy who is like a pain, buy from another equal vendor. Easy. So this is not only practice, nothing wrong in business, but you lose your credibility. And that's exactly what has happened to us. We did all the wrong things. One day phone rang up. My secretary picked up and said that so-and-so the vendor is on the line, we have to pay to already give kind of thing. Quickly what comes to your mind? Tell him I'm not here. Running away. Did that. Then after 10 minutes time I was quite ashamed to tell my own staff that I'm not here. I said, what am I doing? What kind of an example I am setting? This is not right. Then with a lot of confidence coming back and said, connect me to the person. And talked to them and profusely apologized and told him, bought some more time, 15 days more time to settle the dues. Then I said, I am not going to handle. Two learnings. One, you have to conduct when there is a problem, you shouldn't run away. You have to stand before as a leader and face such kind of problem and take ownership of that. The second thing is also that it's important that only when you face and manage your credibility and keep up your words, you will get continuous support in business. Whether it is whatever stakeholder it is, whether it is vendor, employees, customers, or bankers, any stakeholder you look at. If you don't manage that, keeping up your words, you will not be able to build however brilliant you are. You don't require rocket science, you don't need to be intelligent at all. But these are simple, commonsensical approach will definitely build a very strong foundation. And that was no looking back for me. From that time onwards, We said we'll again borrow, go and borrow. The easy thing is that you go there to Marwadis who give without, I don't have any property to give. They will give at, you will require 10 months time, 5 months they will take, okay, 1/4, 5 lakhs you want money, they will give 4 lakhs in your hand, balance every month, 1 lakh you have to pay. 10 lakhs you want, 8 lakhs. So that's easy, convenient. You sign in a blank revenue stamp. That's what is the guarantee for them. And give that. We did that. Conveniently when not required, go there and do that. But commitment with him and commitment with suppliers also. Then lot of encouragement suppliers. Oh, this company is very small, but they are quite conscious of paying. They are paying on time. And that's very important. And I don't require, it took 3 years, then I went to bankers, financial institutions. Normally, I took 3 years to get my first loan. Nobody actually has money problem, it's ideas problem. How to get money is a problem. If you simplify that, I am poor, I don't have money, my father is not rich, it's wrong. People have all who have made big, never started big. They all started very small. It is only one need to know how to bring out money. You need not have, but how to bring out is very important. Whom to approach, whom to convince, how do I make a partnership with someone, or how do you leverage, innovate in your own space to bring money is very important. And it took 3 years for me to get my first bank loan of 25,000 because normally when you go to any banker, they will ask, what's the collateral you have? Collateral is security for any loan. So I didn't have anything to offer. Naturally, nobody will give. One manager took risk. He gave me about 25,000 rupees demand draft. And that time onwards, no looking back. It multiplied. It went on to multiplications. That's one clear thing. We never used to pay when we took loans from the bank. It takes quite a lot of time. We had a packaging company. And that company, when we floated, we took loan from TAAC. We paid, whenever bank news comes, we said, bankers, it's okay. We will pay them late. So what? They will charge the overdue interest. Let them charge. They will let them know, we will pay later. So we completed our dues, the machinery dues, whatever we took, and went back for a further expansion, new loan, new machine. The head of TAAC said, we are happy at least you have paid, completed your dues, but I don't want to give you again. There's so much delay. No, none of the payment you paid on date. So why should I give you again? It doesn't give me confidence to. No doubt you have done, you say that you have grown from X to Y, all these things are fine, yeah? But what is the bottom line? How have you taken care of me? You are not managing my confidence well. That's the message. So with lot of pleading and kind of this thing, we got back the next loan. That time we decided, come partner will also pay our all the financial institutions on time. Same, whenever struggle, borrow, keep up words every day. No doubt on that. So we did that, but prudently manage the cash flow. Very important is that you need to know when to stretch, when should not. So when we did that and managed within that, next time we completed the loan with TAAC, we paid all the dues on time and we were given a green card. The green card holder is the next loan when we apply, we can get the clearance, automatic clearance within 24 hours time. So we were very happy and continue to grow with that institution. So like that, what I mean to say is that each stakeholder you have to do that. The other one, natural this thing is with the government, taxes, lot of things, small companies, many small companies remain small. The reason being, they are intelligent, very competent and capable. They also have unique products. You can't be unique, you can't leverage, you can't come out with differentiation. But if you don't pay your taxes, you don't build an organization. That was a big revelation. I was not conscious. Now I can articulate very well as to how this all happened. But it was not conscious. It was not by design at all. Sales tax used to be 20%. All my stockists are small stockists. Because when we didn't have money, one more innovation we did is we approached. First shampoo was made. We approached big companies, distributors. Went there, they said, no problem, we'll distribute your products. But your product is not known, no problem. Give us 30 days credit, 45 days credit. This is a constant thing. And 15% margin. Normally they get 5-6% margin. 15%. They said 15% is no problem. But this credit 30 days or 45 days. If I give one distributor, I get started with nothing. How can I wait for him for balance 29 days or kind of this thing, factory closed, collect money from him, again start? This is not on. So one of my representatives came out with a brilliant idea and said, why do you require experienced people? I will approach somebody who is not experienced. He approached a bicycle hirer. So convinced him, he gave 2,000 rupees demand draft. The character thing is that from a bicycle hiring, getting into FMCG distribution is a new business, some better stigma attached. So he is very happy to get into that stage. He gave 2,000 rupees money. From that, like that, we appointed so many people who are first time. Only one thing we ensured is that they are successful. Worked along with them, took the order from the retail. Whenever they struggled, collected the money for them from the retail outlets. They ensured that they are successful. They give next draft. So like that we started working along with them. Then normally what happens is companies will collect orders, send the goods, vanish. Go about that. They ensure that they are successful. That is one of the important reasons. We worked on with new people, made them successful, and started no cash flow problems. Same way with when I started the sales tax I was talking about, the small stockists, they were telling that I don't account. With 18%, 20% is too much. You take 18%, give us 2% more. I will tear off my invoice. Easy. 18% is a temptation. Why would one pay? It's just a paper you can tear off. Nobody is going to watch you. They say, no, we will not do that. Come what may, we will pay tax, and this is clear. That I think, as a result of that, we started practicing all above board. And first year when I completed, I went to my auditor and said, company is doing well, sales is picking up. He said one thing, he said, I would like to give you one advice. I'm going to pay tax. So I took it very clearly and said, normally auditors say that, why do you pay so much, how to adjust this out? And this is a different kind of advice. I took it very strongly. I think today that's very clearly is one of the foundation stones for whatever we have built so far. I was talking about the bank manager gave loan. He said, subsequent further enhancement of the loan, he wrote in the recommendation, this company is small, they don't have any collateral to offer. But one interesting thing is, despite being a small scale industry, they pay income tax. So therefore, our security, proof of the bankers to see that this company is a tax-paying company, therefore it's an ability for them to pay, we can take risk of giving them loans. And that's how we have grown. One. The second thing, paying advantage of tax is, whenever you don't pay tax, what kind of a person you require? Your own employees. What kind of people you require? Competent persons or loyal persons? Whenever somebody evades tax, they are afraid of competent people. Intelligent people is a problem. You require only people who are submissive so that they expose you to the tax authorities. Tomorrow somebody will write down what they put down. Executive of the organization, chief executive. The other one is a owner. Owner comes with enormous power. You can promote someone, you don't dislike, you can do something, people will accept. At the end of the day, this is what you can do. But there won't be any consistency. You can give to loan somebody whom you like and justify some reason, and somebody you can say, I don't like, I will not give loan. There won't be any policy. These are vested powers of the owner. You can misuse that. You don't build an organization. So I think that I realized my responsibility. I said that I will perform the role as a CEO, Chief Executive Officer. And differentiated, when I go there to that, I forget I have this full powers to do anything. It's not that. I will conduct in a very fair manner, which will be built on over a period of time. It will be appreciated, and the people would like to work in the organization, the policies, everything. That helped to build the organization. The other one is also, normally when business started coming out, doing very well, people first thing they do is go and buy. So many others, my own family members, you started doing well, you don't even have your own residence. What are you doing? How many friends started advising me? Not your own office. Company didn't have its own office, no residence. Business only big brands are known. So it took actually 17 years for me to buy the first office space and R&D for a company. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.